Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to another deck profile. Today is another one of my favorite decks. Yeah, this is Goblin Biker Materiactor. So the thing is, I used to want to, like, months ago. We're talking months ago, like maybe a half year or so ago. I always wanted to make this deck and I always wanted to play it, but I never really got to playing it. You know what I mean? So I always was like, yeah, I wanted to make a Goblin Biker deck, but I didn't really feel the urge, let's say, to play this deck. But then, a month or so ago, I think a month and a couple of weeks ago, I was like, okay, whatever, let's just get into it. Let's just make a Goblin Biker Materiactor deck and just play it. You know what I mean? Just try it out because I really wasn't feeling it at first because I didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it, yes or no, etc., etc. And then I started playing it and learned the combos and just because it is more of a control-y deck than I thought. I thought it was just combos, 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 and just you need to learn a lot of big combos and stuff. I thought it was a deck like this, but it is absolutely not. So I fell in love with the deck and I fell in love with the playstyle of the deck, and it is surprisingly strong in my opinion. Still, to this day, it is surprisingly strong in my opinion. Goblin Biker is super fun. Materiactor is an added engine that just adds even more an Omni negate and let's say semi Omni. So it really it has more powerful cards than I thought. So yeah, there you go. Sorry, again I'm rambling too much. So let's start off with the main deck, shall we? Of course, we're playing three of the probably the most important Goblin Biker, the Dug Charger. So what this card, so again, to be clear, this is a rank 3 spam deck. So this isn't a full XYZ, full, I mean 100% XYZ rank 3 spam deck. So super, and it floods so well, just like my Beat Trooper deck. Not a lot of people saw my Beat Trooper deck, but hey, just like my Beat Trooper deck, it is a very swarmy deck, let's say. So if this card is in your hand, you can detach one XYZ material from a monster on either field. So this is the funny part about this deck, is that it can if you're up against another XYZ based deck, yo, you can just use their materials and it's so funny. So you can detach one XYZ material from one monster on either field. If you do, special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Goblin Biker spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So this is just a bonkers card. It's such a good card. Then I'm playing two Gone Wild. Some people play one. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It is, to be honest, your best starter, in my opinion. One of your best starters. I found out by I played this deck quite a lot already, and this card, the Gone Wild, is just, it is a level 6 because we do play some rank 6s. We only play, rank 3s and rank 6, to be honest, as our main XYZ monsters. So Gone Wild at 2 can be quite handy. So if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are goblin monsters, so it's a high possibility, you can normal summon this card without tributing. That's amazing. You can only use each of the following once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower goblin monster from your deck. So usually you go Gone Wild and you go Dug Charger. Very simple. Dug Charger gets your spell and you can go off. You can just combo hard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, so just sent to the graveyard, so by any means, right? You can target one card on the field, attach it to one Goblin XYZ monster you control. So one card on the field, you just take your opponent's cards, so also spells and traps, and you attach it to one of your XYZs, Goblin, XYZ monsters. Then I do play 2 Mean Merciless as well. Again, most people play this at 1. I don't know why. I maybe I get it a little bit, but I'm like, why would you not just play 2? It is a very, very good card. So if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Goblin monster from your hand. So you can literally just, this is also one of your best starters. So you go Mean Merciless. If you have Gone Wild or Duck Charger in your hand, you can just special summon them. There you go. Except Goblin Biker, of course, Mean Merciless. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can detach one XYZ material from a monster on either field again. And if you do, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So that's why I feel having 2 is a little bit better. This deck is super tight though. Don't get me wrong, is a tight 40 deck, but I feel at 2 it's just, if it gets banished and you don't have a way to recycle it from banishment immediately, it's better to have 2. Then we are playing one Boom Mac. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Boom Mac. I don't know. Once per chain, so that's amazing. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can detach one XYZ monster from a monster on either field. So again, this is just super fun. If you're playing against another XYZ deck, oh, you're really screwing up their plays hard. It's so good. If you do, special summon this card. So it can special summon from graveyard. You can only special summon it once per turn. So, one Clatter Exploder as well. Again, also the artwork. I fell in love with the artwork of Goblin Biker so much. The artwork is so cool. It's just a cool deck. It's part of the Diabel lore, you know what I mean? The Diabel Star lore. So it's so cool. I love that lore. I love the lore of Diabel Star very much, and the White Forest and Azamina lore. Goblin Biker is part of it. So if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one Goblin monster in your graveyard, except this one, special summon it, right? So again, that's why Mean Merciless, if it gets banished, you cannot special summon Mean Merciless. During your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, detach one XYZ monster, XYZ material from a monster on either field. Again, if you do, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So super duper. That's it for the Goblin Biker monsters. Now for the weird, I think they're funny. I think they're super funny. They're cool. The Materiactor monsters, I think they're super cool. They're like an alien invasive, like an alien species that just crash landed on the planet or something. Super cool. So, Exoraptor. 3 copies. You can reveal this card in your hand and discard one other card. Add one level 3 normal monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So this is your, your Materiactor, your Prima Materiactor that I'll show you shortly. From your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's amazing. Except the discarded card. So you just discard and you get your Prima to your hand. Then you can special summon this card in defense position, right? You can only use it once per turn. Quick effect, you can discard this card, target one rank 3 XYZ monster you control. It gains 1,500 attack until the end of this turn. So also during your opponent's battle phase as well, you can just quick effect discard it because again, it doesn't say a rank 3 Materiactor card or something you control. Just a rank 3 XYZ monster. You can just give it extra attack. Give it 1,500 extra attack. That's not nothing. Please do remember, a 1,500 boost is quite good. Then we're playing 3 of the Septwing. Again, another pretty card. What he does is, if you control a Materiactor card, you can special summon this card from your hand. So again, this is a very good extender. If this card is normal or special summoned or flipped face up, that's also good if you're playing against like awkward flip decks like Mimighoul or something. I've played a lot against Mimighoul Wake Up, which is funny. But yeah, they flip your monsters and it's annoying. But hey, Zeptwing also says flip face up, so hey. You can add one Materiactor card from your deck to your hand, except that one. So then you can either add to your hand or special summon one level 3 normal monster from your graveyard. So it gives you your trap card, your Materiactor trap card, which is as good as an Omni. And then it even gives you more bodies. So it gives you your Prima or, you know, searches it to the hands, all Gucci. Then we are playing 2 of the Gigadra. So what this one does is you can discard 1 card, special summon 1 level 3 normal monster from your hand or deck, which is insane. It can just summon from the deck. Or, if you discarded a normal monster to activate this effect, you can special summon 1 Materiactor monster instead. So, it's just a double win. It's just a double win. So there you go. You can just Gigadra and special summon Zeptwing. You discard Prima and you can go off. So super. You can only use this effect, of course, once per turn. And as well, it says you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck except XYZ monster. So that's, again, you only play XYZ monsters in the extra deck anyway. So that's all fine. Then, of course, we are playing 3 of the Prima Materiactor. That's the normal monster that is very handy. So the only effect it has, of course, is the Pendulum effect because it's a normal. So the Pendulum effect is XYZ monsters you control gain 100 attack for each XYZ material on the field. So already a small boost. It's always nice. You can target 1 Materiactor XYZ monster you control, attach this card to it as material, then draw 1 card. So again, super. You really want to play this at 3. I tried it at 2, but no. Then we're playing a small level 3 package, a level 3 psychic package. So Tracker, Wheeler, Wheelader, and Nyan Nyan. So they are just to special summon, give you more bodies on the field. So again, because Nyan Nyan says, if a level 3 monster is normal special summoned while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card as a tuner, but banish it, blah, blah, blah. If this card is banished, you can target one of your other banished cards and shuffle it into the deck. So this helps you with recycling your, let's say, your Mean Merciless or something. So very easily. So that's another body. Tracker is if you control a level 3 monster other than this one, special summon it. There you go. And Wielder is also if you control a level 3 monster other than this one, special summon it. So these are just extra bodies that you want to have. They're all level 3. It's all fine. It's all Gucci. Then we're just playing 3 Ash, and that's it for the monsters. We are playing a super heavy engine. Like, this deck is full engine. Almost as good as full engine. I feel the best way to play Goblin Biker is just go 100%. No dead hands. I haven't had a single dead hand in playing this deck ever. It's one of the most consistent decks I've ever played. Very simple. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, we're playing, of course, the best spell, in my opinion. And also the most pretty one. This is one of my top 50 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. It is the Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. I really love the look of disgust on Diabellstar's face. Poplar is just like shocked or something. He's just looking at the Goblin Bikers like, yo, what the hell is going on there? And it's such, the artwork of Goblin Bikers is so good. So, grand entrance, what does it do? Add one Goblin monster from your deck to your hand, then you can apply the following effect. Detach one XYZ material from a monster on either field. So again, on either field, super. It's a super good going second card as well, or just a good extender, you know. But it's a starter and an extender. It is the total package. Let's say this card. So if you do special summon one level 4 or lower Goblin monster from your hand, you can banish this card from your graveyard, detach one XYZ material from a monster on either field, of course. Then you can add one Goblin monster from your graveyard to your hand. So this card is busted. This card is busted. Then of course we're playing the second most busted card in my opinion, the Grand Breakout. So they're escaping from jail right here. That's so cool. I don't know if you can see it good, but yeah. The artwork is pristine. So, quick play spell. Tribute one monster, special summon one Goblin monster from your deck. So that is amazing. This is usually the card you will use to summon out your Gone Wild. Yeah, and then Gone Wild, of course, can get your duck, and you can go off. There you go. But it cannot attack this turn, but that's all fine. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard and detach any number of materials from Goblin XYZ monster. So that's only Goblin XYZ monster, so yeah. All monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack for each material detached. So that's just super. That is amazing. It gives you more protection, gives you more attack power. I mean, you know, makes your opponent's monsters less strong. So that's always good. Then we're playing one Grand Bash. Yeah, Grand Bash is okay. It is not the best card, but it is okay. It has a purpose. So Goblin monsters you control gain 300 attack for each Goblin monster you control. So that's, again, you boost and a lot of your attack with this deck, because, you know, the monsters in the extra deck, they don't have the most attack, and you're like, okay, how can this beat over certain decks or maybe Liger decks or whatever? Yeah, this card, you know, this deck does it all, really. So yeah, gains 300 attack for each Goblin monster you control. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Goblin monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So that's good. But then you can target 2 Goblin monsters you control, activate one of these effects. Make the level of one of the monsters become the current level of the other, or both of their levels become their combined original levels. This is how you get into your rank 6s most of the time. So you use this, you have your Gone Wild or something on field, you make the other one a level 6, and there you go, you have a rank 6. Voila. That's it for the spells, though. I am playing That's an Ambulance. If you heard it, I don't know. I am playing quite some traps. So one of the Goblin Biker Grand Pileup. So target one XYZ monster you control. Special summon one Goblin XYZ monster from your extra deck by using that target as material. If you do, attach that this card to it as material. This is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer this material to the summoned monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Goblin XYZ monster you control and one card in either graveyard. Attach the targeted cards to the, from the graveyard to that monster on the field as material. So it is quite a good card. Then we're playing, of course, the Critical. Critical is, you know, the card you want to get into with your Materiactor line. So when a spell, trap, card, or monster effect is activated, so basically an Omni. It is not against summons, but against effects, it is an Omni. Add one of your materials from a Materiactor XYZ monster control to the hand, so super. And if you do negate activation, then apply the following effects based on the card type added. Most of the time, so again, this is going to be a monster or, whatever. If it's a monster, place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, so you need to be aware, though, which card do you detach. And then, that you can place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Spell, Materiactor XYZ monster you control gain 1000 attack, so gives you another boost. And trap, you can set the added card. So it is just, it is an Omni for effects. Super good. Then, of course, we're playing the armored package. So the armored package in this deck is also bonkers. So the full armored XYZ, of course, if an XYZ monster on the field, immediately after this effect resolves, XYZ summon one XYZ monster using monsters you control. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one XYZ monster you control, equip one other XYZ monster from your face-up field or graveyard to that monster as an equip spell with the following effects. The equipped monster gains attack equal to that card's attack. And if the equipped monsters will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. I mean, not this card, but, the equipped monster. So full armor XYZ is amazing. And then I'm also playing the Virtue package. So the Virtue package gives you another very good, card, let's say. This one says, target one fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, and 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy them. Amazing. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one face-up monster on the field. If it is a water monster, the next time it would be destroyed by card effects, it is not destroyed. If it's not, it becomes a water, which is just funny. And then I'm playing 3 Unbreakable XYZ Barrier. Trust me, this card is insane. So your deck is fully XYZ. Your extra deck is fully XYZ. This is an Omni. Again, this is a Omni. Not against summons, but the most important part of this card is, first of all, it's a counter trap. So, no negatos for the opponentos. So, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated while you control an XYZ monster, negate the activation. Simple. That is the thing. That is what you're usually going to do. But it has optional effects. So then you can detach 2 materials from a monster you control, destroy 1 card on the field. Super. If you have the materials enough, if you have enough materials on the field, you can use it. You can even pop, non-targeted pop, by the way. So you can non-target, detach 2, pop a card, negate. Yeah, it's an Omni negate. So super. And then, of course, it has a banish effect, but we're not using it. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target 1 XYZ monster you control. Attach 1 light Utopia or Utopic XYZ monster from your graveyard to it. So, you're never going to use it. It is literally most of the time, 90% of the time, it is just for the Omni. So, super. It is 3 more Omnis. So, hey... It's good. It's a very good card. I see no one playing this card, by the way. I don't know why, but I really have no idea why no one plays it. For the extra deck, we are playing 2 copies of the Goblin Biker Big Gabonga. So, Big Gabonga, 2 level 3 monsters. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can add 1 goblin monster from your deck to your hand, right? So if material is detached from a monster, now that is not a sentence in English. I would say put a behind if a, you know what I mean? This card says if material is detached from a monster or monsters on the field. It should have said if a material is detached, or if materials with an S is detached. Anyways, I found it weird. I found it very fire bats weird. You know what I mean? Like caveman style. But anyway, the artwork is amazing as well. These starlight rares. Super super. So if material is detached from a monster on field, except during the damage step, you can target one face-up monster on the field and accept this card, attach it to this card as material. So from anywhere on a field. During the end phase, you can attach one goblin monster from your deck to this card as material. This card is insane. Yeah, truly insane. Then we're playing two Troika Griare, or however you pronounce it. Troika Gruyere. While 3 or more XYZ materials are attached to monsters on the field, goblin monsters you control can attack directly. So again, super. Once per turn, if a monster is normal or special summoned, while this card is in the monster zone, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, detach one material from a monster on either field again, and if you do, change that targeted monster's battle position. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can detach one material from a monster on either field again, and if you do, negate the attack. Ugh, the playstyle is so fun. You really mess up with you really screw other XYZ base decks, so yeah. One gone bonkers, because bonkers is bonkers. 2 level 6 monsters. You can target face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of goblin monsters you control. Detach one material from a monster you control. If you do, attach those monsters to discard as material. During your opponent's turn, quick effect. You can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of goblin XYZ monsters you control. Detach 3 materials from a monster you control. If you do, monsters you control. If you do, send those targeted cards to the graveyard. So again, bonkers is bonkers. And then of course one crazy beast. So crazy beast, once per turn, quick effect. You can target one spell trap on the field, detach 2 materials from a monster on the field, so super. If you do, attach that target to discard as material. If a monster you control would be destroyed by card effects, you can detach one material from discard instead. So it's a discard instead. So yeah. If this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, then attach one goblin monster from your graveyard to discard as material. Insane. One Materiactor Exagard and one Materiactor Gigaboros. So these are the two Materiactor XYZ cards you play. So what do these do? Exagard really is the best one in my opinion. The artwork again, the artwork is just fire in my opinion. Yeah, I really love the Materiactors. You can detach one material from this card, either special summon one Materiactor monster from your deck or add one Materiactor spell trap from your deck to your hand. So this is another way of getting your Omni trap. That's amazing. If your opponent normal or special summon a monster, except during the damage step, you can add up to 2 materials from this card to your hand, including a Materiactor card. Then, if a normal monster is in your graveyard, so your prime, you can return 1 card on the field to the hand. So, Gucci. Then, Gigaboros gains 500 attack and defense for each card in your hand. So, usually it's not really a lot, but you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card and attach 1 Materiactor monster from your deck to discard as material. During your opponent's main or battle phase, quick effect, you can add 1 card attached to this card to the hand. So, it's okay. Gigaboros is okay. It can come up in handy in some clutch situations, but most of the time you're going to get Exagard on the field. Then, like I said, we are playing the armor package. So, Armor Torpedo, Fortress, I do play Crystal Zero as well, and then of course we're playing the Dark Knight Lancer. I'm not going to explain what these cards do. You should all be very familiar with these decks. And then for the other rank 3s, we're playing one Ashura King, one Les Vertus Dragon, and one Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. Bamboozling is just, a monster effect change. So that's always good. And of course, Le Vertu Dragon is to get to your Virtue String, which is just a pop 2. And then your Ashura King is your best generic, in my opinion. So it does require 3+ level 3 monster, so But you swarm anyway with this deck. While this card has materials, it can attack a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of materials attached to it. Super. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, it gains 200 attack. Super. When another monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. It's just amazing. So it is it is a monster effect. It even works against hand traps. So when a monster effect is activated, doesn't say on the field, so it works against hand traps. Ashura King, and it's also a pretty card in my opinion. It's a cool card. That's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, it's an okay side deck. It can be better, but yeah. I'm playing the Psyframe package, let's say. So, it's just more bodies. They're negates. This side deck, you're not gonna. I'm just gonna say it now. You're not gonna go into your side deck quite often because, like I said, this deck is engine. You know what I mean? So this deck really, that's why you never have dead hands. I never had a single dead hand. I never could have not played the game. You know what I mean? You're very rarely gonna side out cards. But anyways, I put in the Psyframe engine just to have some negates. You don't really use them because you cannot really use them for your XYZ plays anyways. Driver you can use. Driver is the only one you can use because it's a level 6. So Then we're playing also a small bestial package, which is again just fine. One monster reborn. It's like, okay, monster reborn. 3 karma cannons, 2 warnings, and a judgment. Simple. It's just quite standard stuff, in my opinion. Karma cannon can come in handy because, again, you just play XYZs anyway. You don't care if your XYZs would get, put face down. It's just to side in against link-based decks. And, warnings and judgment are always good, let's say. So, it's okay. Yeah, this is a side deck that I made. Again, we make side decks most of the time with cards we have spare or something, or just laying around. Just go like, okay, this deck doesn't really need a side deck, but it's okay. That's it for the deck. For the sleeves, as always, this color combination is super cool. This is Amber and Sapphire from Dragon Shield. Of course, as always, Dragon Shield, please sponsor us. We are a super small channel, but we love Dragon Shield. We only use Dragon Shield, so Amber and Sapphire. This combination is super cool. Then for the scoring of this deck, it scores quite high. If I'm gonna be completely honest, it is one of my favorite decks ever. Also, so for fun, this gets a 9.5 out of 10. It's one of the most fun decks ever. For looks, it also gets a 9 out of 10. I really love the looks. Like I said, the Diabel lore The Goblin Bikers have a lot of details on the cards. They're really detailed. They're super cool. There you go. And then for favorites is also a 9. It is one of my favorite decks. I think it's one of my top 5 favorite decks, maybe even, to play nowadays. Which brings it at a total of 27.5 out of 30 points. There you go. If you are looking for a very cheap, by the way, this deck is super duper cheap. Super cheap, super fun deck. It has some combos. It has a lot of control. It has quite some omnis, to be honest, because you are playing I'm playing the XYZ barrier. You know, you're playing the Virtue String. You're playing the Materiactor trap. You have quite some negation, and yeah, you can really catch people by surprise with this deck. Trust me. Super fun, super budget. Even this one, like the Starlights or something, or just like 20 cents or something, they're super cheap. I think the most expensive card in this deck, I think it was legit just Duck Charger, I think. Or no, maybe Ashura King from the extra deck was the most expensive. Yeah, I think Ashura King was like maybe €2 or €1.50 here in Europe. So it's budget as hell. Super fun, super budget, super nice. If you're playing against other XYZ decks, you can really mess their gameplay up so good. So yeah, there you go. That's it for my Goblin Biker Materiactor deck. I hope you liked it, as always. And we hope to see you again next time, as always. And Dragon Shield, please sponsor us. Until next time, guys. Adios, amigos.